No, you can get frozen.
They actually exist. Yeah.
Yeah, they do exist.
They freeze you.
So I think I believe that part. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
when he died, he was frozen. Sure. But then I remember the detail of like, and it's hidden underneath Disney. And I'm like, okay, well, that's not true.
Yeah, why would
they keep him there? Yeah.
That's always been my question as well. Like, why would they lie about this if it's so common now?
Also, if
like,
you had something...
Well, not common, but it happens.
Like that important and sacred, I guess, why put it in the place people would look for it? Like, why?
Because it's sentimental.
Yeah, that's like, I keep my bags of money in the bags of money box at my house. Like, why?
Maybe it's like the Matrix. Maybe they're using him as like a human battery to power the Disney.
That's how the animatronics work. Suspended.
Wait, what? Embalmed means like all your insides are removed. Right?
Yep.
Well, that's gonna make the resurrection a bit harder. Right?
They'll cure that. They'll figure that one out.
they've just got a skin suit on ice. What's the point of that? There's no point to that. Have you heard of the idea that when you go to sleep, you're making a new copy of yourself, basically, when you wake up?
That
you're not the same person you
might
were
be
when
the
you went
dumbest
to sleep.
thing I've ever heard.
I mean, that's what I've heard. I've seen that discussed.
What do you mean you make a copy of yourself when you wake up?
Well, how can you know that you're still the same person?
So every night you die and then a clone takes over?
Yeah. Well,
did a crack addict out, did just like someone shooting up meth tell you this in like a subway?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, you don't know because you've been asleep. Like, you have no recollection of what happened in between. And the idea of your spirit or your consciousness is so abstract. It could be entirely different.
I'm just going to keep reading. They also they also offer.
So you can't beat it with facts and logic. So you just got to move on.
You're right. I don't need facts and logic to say I'm going to walk into that cryonics room with a shotgun and just shoot all the bodies. See if they can cure buckshot.
What if the power goes out? Like there's a blackout.
I'm sure it has. You know what they 100% would do? That people would melt and decompose and they'd throw their bodies away. And then they would be like, no, they're still there. Well, you can't open it because they're frozen.
Yeah.
Some believe that Walt Disney's fascination with audio animatronic figures at the 1964 World's Fair stemmed from him uploading his brain into the animatronics eventually. Ooh.
Oh, that is like Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah. That's the sound. That's what Walt Disney sounded like.
That's terrifying. I don't like that idea.
That journalist was in the hospital and he's in a dark closet. Like, I don't think anyone's here. And then Freddy's eyes light up behind him. And you can hear like the music pop.
But it's Walt Disney's face. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. You don't really need like an elaborate motive behind his potential reasonings behind being frozen.
This next point's my favorite, I think. In his last recorded video, An Evening with Walt Disney, before his death, he signed off by saying, "I hope to see you soon." Obvious proof that he was planning to beat death and find immortality to the truthers.
So people point to that specifically as proof that he was planning to freeze himself.
That would be really funny if like there's a theater showing of it and he's like, "I hope to see you soon." Then he rips through the screen in like a mech outfit.
He's just saying goodbye. That's not proof. See you later. Well, obviously, he's
see you on the flip side. Yeah. Disney's cancer comes out of the press, and then that'd be really funny. So at like someone's funeral, there's like a little video of them like, "I'll see you soon," and then their body gets thrown through the screen, like flips forward. I've talked about how funny it would be to have like an air compressor underneath someone at a funeral, like under their chest, so they randomly like just shoot up in the coffin, then go back down. Like
that's what I want my funeral to be like. I want to have
but it's on a random timer, so no one knows when it's gonna hit.
Well, no one can know what's gonna happen at all.
And you don't know when it's gonna be enough to rip my top half of my lower half and make it a really hard time for everyone there.
Enough force to send you into the ceiling.
Yeah. I just get mauled, just eviscerated. One of the movie posters literally features the character's heads just popping out of the snow. Coincidence? See below, which people have taken out to be a hint that Disney's head's in ice. Need I say more? The middle one of him actually holding up his head, of Olaf holding up his own head, is actually an image of Walt Disney doing that, because he ripped off his own head and put it in there as an affront to God.
The idea that they've frozen his head, his entire body is still in there. It's just his head is decapitated and he's holding it up in the frozen tube.
Yes, gotcha. That's what I think. Like if I was Disney, I'd be frozen, but I'd make like a scary face and hide it somewhere in the park, so like kids turn a corner and then like cry.